Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do shadow work cards for today. Today is Wednesday. It is March 25th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk, the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take how it resonates. It all might resonate. It's shadow work. It's for your shadow self. We're going to use the Dark Mirror Oracle by Hattie Thorne. You can find this at hattiethorne.com. You can also find it in her Etsy shop. We're just going to pull a few cards. And how this works is I'm going to read the cards. If I feel like there's anything I need to say in regards to them, I will. Otherwise, I'm just going to let it rest for you guys. It's shadow work. If you want to work on yourself, you can. If you don't want to or don't feel you need to, then don't. It's perfectly okay. And remember, everything works out the way it's supposed to work out. So if you don't feel the need to work on it now, don't. Who's to say in a year from now you won't want to watch this video and be like, yeah, I need to work on that. Just saying. And I believe I label every video shadow self. So if you ever want to go back, you are more than welcome to go back and look at the videos. And I do say, just a reminder for anybody watching that might be new, I do always say the date in my videos. I do that as a deterrent for copyright infringement, basically. However, when you see it is when you see it, you know? We got 4 on the table. I would never tell you that a reading is only good for a week or a month or a year. Last shuffle. We got 5 with bottom of the deck. We've got how do I deal with sadness and grief? And what am I really mourning? How do I react when someone criticizes me? Why do I react this way? I'm just going to say this. A criticism should always be taken because you can use that to grow, right? You can use that to change. You can use that to heal. However, it also depends on how that criticism is delivered, right? If it's abusive in any way, I don't know that I would recognize that as anything useful. At least in that moment. Obviously, when things like that happen, you remember them. If later on you're like, oh yeah, so-and-so said this to me, but they were really mean about it. But then you think about what they said and you're like, maybe it still resonates. I'm just saying. I've had that before where somebody said something and it kind of came off wrong. Like I felt like it came off wrong. And then later on I was like, you know what? They may not have said it the right way. They may not have delivered it in the right manner, but what they said was spot on. And it took me a minute to process that. So I'm just saying. Not that I encourage anybody to take any abuse. I'm just saying. How do I deal with rejection and what past rejection still affect me? I'm just going to say this because I feel like I give it just as good as I get it, and that's silent rejection. So if you subscribe, just a little short thing here. You guys know that I fell in love with somebody last year at work, a coworker, which usually doesn't happen for me. I told him, I admitted my feelings. I wanted conversation about it. He did not. I went my separate way. He has gone his separate way. We're not even friends. I think I see him like twice a week at work because we have different days off and stuff like that. But I felt like he rejected me, right? And I'm sure he felt like he was rejected as well. Like I can see it from his side. You know, I'm adult enough to see it from the other person's side. But what I'm saying is I felt like I was rejected, right? So I walked away. It was like I reached out to him via letter, if you guys remember. He did not respond in any form or fashion. So I walked away because that was like, to me, that was a silent rejection. I'm sure, possibly, maybe, I don't know for sure, but he has a different story, and maybe he felt like I rejected him. Maybe he thought I was going to chase him. Maybe he thought I was going to keep trying to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Silent rejection is the kind of rejection that I typically give out. I also typically receive it a lot. So, just saying. And it's not great. It really is not great. What are the things I feel unworthy of having or experiencing? Do tell. What do you feel you are unworthy of experiencing? Please tell me. Don't get me, there's a difference between feeling unworthy and just not wanting to. Those are two different things. You know, if I were to say I don't want to have children, okay, that's one thing. But if I were to say, oh, I don't think God, wants me to have kids, those are two different statements. I could say God doesn't want me to have kid, but I want a kid. But if I say I don't want kids, those are two very different statements. Do you see where I'm going with this? Bottom of the deck. What are the unspoken words I need to express to someone? I just said that I do the silent rejection myself. I receive it quite often, and I enable it. I put it out there quite often. The silent rejection. What are the unspoken words I need to express to someone? Honestly, when I walk away from somebody, as far as I'm concerned, that's enough said. People out there might not feel the same. And by all means, if you are in conflict with somebody and you want to say something, then you should say something. Don't ever not say something. And don't ever let someone feel like you shouldn't say something. I'm going to leave it there for you. Take what you will from it. I hope it resonates for somebody. I hope it's helpful and useful. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were entertained. I hope everybody has a lovely Wednesday. I'll talk to you later. Bye.